Well, the Joe Biden administration taking its woke agenda all the way to outer space, because yesterday NASA announced they are adding 2 diversity champions to its top roles. The agency proudly explaining, quote, "To be successful in our missions, diversity, equity, inclusion must continue to be the forefront to ensure our workforce reflects all of America for the benefit of all humanity." Jimmy Failla hosts Fox Across America on Fox News Radio and Fox Nation. He joins us now.
Hey.
Space, the final frontier for diversity.
Well, this is one small step for they, one giant leap for them kind. This is absurd, okay, at woke NASA. And I love how they frame it as for the good of all humanity. Because the average person hears that and you go, well, I'd like to do something good for all humanity. I mean, of course I'd like to do that.
Right.
But the only person this is good for is the guy getting this cushy, high-salaried gig to pretend we're fighting some sort of civil rights oppression movement. Right. There is nothing on Earth more integrated in the year 2023, okay, than the United States of America. Nothing more tolerant, nothing more inclusive, okay, our military, our NASA as a whole. And that's why this is ridiculous. It doesn't even affect me. I'm too chubby to be an astronaut. I ain't getting into those costumes, but I still know it's junk.
Those costumes. It's not, listen, there they are going to the moon.
Yeah.
Unless you believe that movie where they faked it in Burbank. So, you know, NASA took flack for talking about climate regulation.
Mm-hmm.
So for them, essentially, it's a part of the administration.
Yep.
And the administration is woke, and they're pushing things like climate change and things like that. So this should not be surprising.
But this is where I find it to be a setback for all of humanity. The thing that benefits all of humanity is having the most competent astronauts and flight crews that can get us into space and do the research and advance the culture. Okay? When you make this the priority, whether it's climate change, whether it's inclusion, okay, you're signaling to the rest of the world that we're not as focused on doing the job as we are as having the best-looking college brochure. You want one of every student standing there holding a helmet, which, again, is a nice thing. Nobody's against it. But when you see this in places like the military, okay, the military is as integrated as anything on Earth and has been for hundreds of years. You go to the military, you meet kids from the inner cities, you meet kids from the country, you meet every socioeconomic background known to man. But when we signal to the world that, well, you know, we've got to focus on hurt feelings and DEI, okay, the rest of the world doesn't look at that and fear our military, okay, but we're 5 years away from having army tanks that have coexist bumper stickers on the back. Like, hate hath no home on this battlefield, Deucey.
Before you go, what will the diversity ambassador do?
Oh, for real? Shots at like a 3-hour lunch.
Shots.
There's nothing to do. We're so diverse. We're so inclusive. This is a charade. I want the gig. It's a no-show construction job.
Go ahead, apply right now.
Do I get the costume?
The costume.
For me, it's just a costume. It's not a flight suit. They're not putting me on that shuttle. For me, it's just Halloween.
Jimmy, always a pleasure.
You're the best.
Thank you for dropping by. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.